Move and practice today. We're going to work on really releasing tension around the upper back and the shoulders and the neck, because that can be a place that gets quite locked up for a lot of people, but also strengthening into that place as well. So we're going to start lying on your back, please. So come to lie down. Okay, so just take a moment. So as you're lying on your back, just allow yourself a moment here to settle in. And without changing anything at all, just becoming aware of how you're breathing. So quite a lot of the time, if we have a lot on our minds, the breath can get a bit kind of stuck in the chest or high up. So if you can, just start to encourage your body to relax in its body and in its mind by slowing down your breath. So you might just notice, could your breath travel more down towards the stomach, so that when you breathe in, your stomach expands and your lower ribs expand. And as you breathe out, your stomach and your ribs start to relax. So again, it doesn't matter if the stomach doesn't move at all straight away, but trying to just think of that slower, slightly deeper breath than usual. And then being aware of how your body feels today. So any sense of being able to relax now a little bit more through the muscles of the head and the face. Relaxing your neck, your shoulders and your arms. We're starting to relax down now through the chest, back, the stomach. Completely relaxing your hips, your legs and your feet. Good. Okay, so we're going to start to use a little sound here just to guide the breathing before we begin to move. So when you're ready, we're going to take a slow breath in through the nose, that gentle expansion of rib cage and stomach, and breathing out. Good. Again, slow breath in. Breathing out. Good. There's 2 more times together. Good. Okay, so we're going to start to gently move from here. So take your time. But the next time that you breathe in, we're going to take a really big stretch out through your arms and legs. So reach everything out there as big as you can. Good, nice. And we're going to exhale there to bend the knees. Really squeeze them into the chest, and we'll hug the nose up to the knees as well. Good. As you breathe in again, everything reaches out. So arms and legs, huge stretch. Good. And then again, we're going to exhale to bend the knees and really squeeze them in. Good. All right, we'll do it one more time together. So we're going to reach everything out. And then when you're there, just start to circle around through your wrists and through your ankles. So really wake up the joints. So as you do this, really kind of move into the biggest circles you can, just in these joints, especially into any clicky and cracky bits. Good. You might spread and scrunch the fingers and toes as well. And we're going to bring the knees in toward the chest now. So you've got one hand on each knee, and just start to circle your knees around. So keep the muscles relaxed, but your hands are just doing that job of creating big open circles. Ease up the hips. Good, and then we're going to focus on the spine a bit more now. So as you exhale, really squeeze your knees in and really lift your nose up to your knees. So you're really curling up. And as you breathe in, just let everything relax away. So as you exhale, squeeze everything in, lift the nose to the knees. As you breathe in, let it relax. And then one more time, exhaling to squeeze everything in tight. Good, nice. So we're going to bring the feet to the floor now, arms alongside your body. So we'll start with a couple of little pelvic tilts here. So you're going to take your pelvis and roll it away from you. There's a tiny gap under your lower back. And then roll it in towards you, so your lower back pushes down to the floor. So again, roll the pelvis away, and then roll it in. Okay, so just a few times there. Easing into that lower back, so kind of unsticking things. and they'll make the movement a bit bigger. So now we're going to roll the hips in towards you, slowly lift the hips up towards the ceiling bit by bit, and we're going to breathe out super slow to roll the hips all the way back down so they land on the floor very last. Okay, and again, we're going to breathe in, roll the hips up, just squeeze the glutes a little bit at the top, and breathing out to roll back down. Lovely, good. So one more time together, we're going to roll the hips in and all the way up. Then we're going to hold at the top and just get the shoulders a bit more involved. So can you shuffle the shoulders underneath a bit more? Squeeze your hands together and really lift the hips. Good, start to wake up the feet, spread the toes out. And then we're going to part the hands and roll all the way down through your spine. Lovely, good. All right, so hug the knees into the chest again. This time we kind of have a little roll up and down through your back. So give me a little kind of massage on the floor. Good, all right, so the next time you come up here, we're going to hover. So bring the shins parallel to the ceiling. And then you can either stick with this, just squeezing the knees together, or really wake up the core now by stretching your arms forward. That's it, good. So really lifting the chest. And if you feel super strong, maybe lift the hands, but keep the spine totally straight. Good, well done. So we're going to bend the knees now, grab hold of the shins, and just go back a bit. So as you breathe in, we're going to lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, and as you breathe out, we're going to round the spine, tuck the chin. Again, breathing in to open, and breathing out to round. Okay, so a couple of times, let's ease into this. If it's the first bit of movement you've done today, you might feel a little click in the spine somewhere. Good, and then you can stick with that, but we're going to make it a bit stronger. So hands come behind you, elbows point straight back. We're going to breathe in now to push the hips forward and up, high as you can. And as you breathe out, hold your hips off the ground as you swing them back between the arms. Again, breathe in, coming up. And breathe out, coming down. Good, one more time there. So push the hips up now, high as you can. Good, and then we're going to bring the hips to the floor. So from this point, we're going to start to slowly drop the knees down one way and then the other. Good, so when you're doing this, if the knees don't touch the floor, that's fine, but press them towards the floor. And then we'll add on a twist. So we're going to drop the knees to the right, and as you do that, the opposite hand is going to reach back behind you, so we're adding on a twist there. Good, then knees drop to the left, opposite hand reaches back to twist. Brilliant, one more time to each side. So knees drop to the right, reach and twist back. Good, knees drop to the left, twisting and reaching back there. Nice, all right, so come over onto hands and knees when you feel ready. So when we're there, we're just going to spread out the fingers and thumbs. And then as you breathe in, we'll lift the chest, lift the tailbone. As you breathe out, we're going to push the floor and round the spine. Good, so again, as you breathe in, really opening the front of the body. And as you breathe out, pushing and rounding the back. Okay, so find this movement a few times yourself. So noticing any part of your spine that maybe feels a bit tight today, bring more movement into that place. And we'll get the shoulders more involved now. So the left arm is going to reach forward in front of you. As you do that, we're going to lean forward a bit, then take the arm around a big circle. And as you reach back, just sit the hips towards the heels. And again, breathe in forward and up. Reaching back, sitting back. Lovely, good. Other side now. So right arm comes forward, up, round and back. One more time, big as you can, all the way up. And then reaching back. Lovely, good. All right, so come into child's pose here. So we're going to sit the hips back towards the heel. As you here, start to walk the hands to the left. Okay, we're just looking for a little stretch in the opposite side of the rib cage. Good. And then walking the hands to the right. And look for that little stretch in the ribs and see if you can breathe towards where you feel a sensation of stretch. Good, so we're going to come into the centre and we'll make our way towards downward facing dog. So we're going to tuck the toes and bring the hips up and back. Lovely, all right, so give the legs a little stretch out. So one heel, then the other's pressing towards the ground. Remember, even in this position, try and pull your shoulders down your back a little bit so the back is nice and strong. Good, all right, and then we're going to slowly walk forward towards the front of the mat now. So from our forward fold. So when you get the feet come a little bit wider, we'll take a bit of a sway from side to side. So head relaxes, the arms really relax. And we're going to use the hands to wake up the back of the body now. So hands are going to come to the back of the legs and we'll tap. So got up the front of the legs. One more time, down the back of the legs. Good, now keep tapping to come up the front, so on the thighs, on the stomach, on the chest. Good, all the way up to the top of the head. Nice, good. All right, so relax the knees a little bit. The arms are going to have a bit of a swing back and forward. Good, that's it. And then the next time you lift the hands, we're going to interlace the fingers, push the palms up, and a little side stretch over to the left. Good. Breathe into the center, and then breathing out to the right. Good. Now we're going to come in a full circle, so come to the middle, then we're going to turn to the left and go all the way down, round past the feet, up to the middle, big breath in. Go, breathing out, turn to the right, and again, go all the way down, round, and to the middle. Lovely, good. All right, so shake out the hands. We're going to come on up to the front of the mat when you're ready. So feet are about hip distance apart. I'm going to bend the knees coming halfway down. Good. As you breathe in here, pull the chest forward, pull the hips back. We're going to exhale to round the spine and tuck the chin. Again, breathe in to open. And then breathe out to round. Good. As you open up now, we're going to take that left arm, lift it up, so kind of twisting to the side. Good. Nice. Swapping over, and we'll reach that right arm all the way up. Lovely. All right, so hands come to the floor. We take a big step back with the right foot now. Bring that knee down to a little lunge. So as you breathe in, hands come all the way up. Breathing out, big circle back. Good. Again, like that. So we'll lift the hands. Draw the biggest circle you can with the arms. Good. And now we're going to focus on the upper back. So we're going to really squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chest, and interlace your fingers, tuck the chin to the chest as you round forward there. Again, breathe in to open. And then breathing out to round. Good. So now hands are going to come together behind the back. We're going to really open the chest. So roll the shoulders back. And then both hands come down just inside the front leg. So you can step your front foot forward a bit. As you breathe in, we're going to come forward, sinking into the hips. And as you breathe out, pull back through the hips and come onto that front heel as you stretch into the leg. Again, breathing, coming forward. And breathe out, coming back. Good, so do that one more time. We're going to come forward, and this time put your left hand on top of your left foot to hold your toes down, and then pull back gently and just hold this stretch for a little bit longer, getting into a different part of the hamstring. Good, so we're going to come forward now and focus on the upper back. So as we're here, the right arm is going to lift, so we twist away from the leg, then bring the arm down, and the left arm lifts, twisting towards the leg. Good, one more time to each side. So right arm lifts, just away from the leg. Good, the left arm lifts, twist towards the leg. Brilliant, all right, so hold this twist. If you can, lift the back knee off the ground as well. And then bring the hands down and back into downward facing dog. Good, all right, so from here, we're going to come forward into our plank. So shoulders over the wrists. And really use your lower core to pull back into downward facing dog again. Good. Again, breathing in forward into your plank. Breathing out, downward facing dog. Good. And this time we're coming into our plank. We're going to hold it. And if you can, make it a bit stronger now by gently hovering one hand and then the other off of the ground. Okay, so when you put the hand back down, try and do it quite slowly so you're in control of the movements. And then we'll lower down. So you might drop the knees down, then bend the elbows into cobra. So we'll lift the chest. Well done, good. Pressing back into child's pose. Take a huge breath in and out. And then downward facing dog when you're ready. Good. So again, give the legs a little stretch, just pressing the heels towards the ground. And then we'll walk forward towards the front of the mat from our forward fold. As you breathe in, hands lift up. Good. All right, so this time we're going to grab hold of the left elbow. Take a side stretch over the other way. Good, and then holding the right elbow, a little side stretch the other way. Good, nice. Okay, so we're going to bend the knees again, coming halfway down. So this time the left arm lifts, but the bottom arm reaches down towards the floor, so you're kind of pushing against the inside edge of your knee. Good, other side, right arm lifts, Other arm reaches down, push against the inner knee. Good, and then hands come to the floor. So now left foot steps back, we're gonna bring that knee down. So as you breathe in, hands all the way up, breathing out, big circle back. Good, once more out the breathe through the nose. Reaching back. Now from here, we're gonna squeeze the shoulder blades again, really open your chest. Then interlace the fingers, push forward, tuck the chin to the chest there. Again, breathe in to open up. And then breathe that to round. Lovely, nice. All right, hands are gonna come together behind you. We're gonna roll the shoulders back to open the chest. And then bring the hands down just inside the front leg. So as you come forward now, we're gonna sink into the hips again. And as you breathe out, pull back through the hips and lift those front toes off the floor. Good, again, breathing, coming forward. And breathe out, coming back. Good, so we're gonna come forward now. And as we do, place the right hand on top of the toes and slowly pull back. So stretching into the leg. Hold it here for a moment. Good, nice. All right, so we're gonna come forward. So from here, we lift the left arm up, just twisting away from the leg. Good, and then lift the right arm up when you're ready, twisting towards the leg. So really focusing on the upper back. One more time, left arm lifts. Good, nice. And then right arm lifts. So we're gonna hold this twist, lift the back knee if you can. Good, and then hands come down and back into downward facing dog. Well done, good. All right, so we're coming forward into our plank again. We're gonna hold it, and this time adding on a bit stronger, our shoulder taps. So left hand taps the opposite shoulder. Good, and then right hand taps the opposite shoulder. Good, one more time to each side. Left hand taps the shoulder. Right hand taps the shoulder, and then we'll lower down. So again, you might bring the knees down, then bend the elbows. Come into cobra, so we'll lift the chest. Well done, good. All right, so we're gonna bring the chest down and we'll get a little bit of strength into the back. So arms come alongside your body, palms face to the floor. So from here, we're gonna really squeeze the shoulder blades and then lifting everything up when you're ready. Good, that's it. So if the chin is pointing forward, try and draw it in a little bit. So we're really using the muscles of the back. Good, breathing slowly through the nose. Fantastic, one more moment, try and push the arms up a little bit more. And then we'll come down, well done. So rest the head on the hands. Just wiggle the hips side to side a little bit to relax the lower back. Good, okay, so we're gonna press back into child's pose now, but we'll have the knees a little bit wider like we've been doing recently. So knees are gonna come to the edges of your mat, push the weight back, and then we'll add on our twist. So we're gonna pull the elbows close in towards your hip. And we'll really do this with the breath. So as you exhale, the left arm is going to lift up, so we're twisting to the side there. Good, as you breathe in, come to the center. Other way, right arm lifts as you exhale. Brilliant, all right, let's come to the middle. So hands go on the floor. We're going to tuck the toes underneath, just stretching through the soles of the feet a little bit. And then push all the way back. So we come into a little squat if you can. If this is not happening today, just stay in that position that we were in a second ago, okay? So from here, we're gonna bring the palms together, push the elbows out into the knees, and then we'll take the right arm to reach out to the side, other arm comes all the way up. Good, then left arm to the side, other one is gonna reach up. Brilliant, hands come onto the ground, and we're gonna forward fold. Good, slowly rolling up to stand. Good, when we get here, we'll do our little spinal release. So we're gonna lift the hands up, grab both elbows, and then we're gonna lean over to the left. Okay, tuck the chin down to the chest as you round forward a bit. Lean over to the right, and then to the middle. Lovely, back the other way, lean over to the right. Round forward a bit, to the left, and then the center. Nice, well done. All right, so relax the arms. So at the back of the mat, see if you can close your eyes now, and we'll try and keep the eyes closed as we walk forward to the front of the mat. So strengthening that connection from the brain to the feet to the floor. Good. So when we eventually get to the front of the mat, we'll come through a few of the sun salutations. So we're going to inhale, hands all the way up, breathing up to forward fold, come down. Lovely. Go into your plank when you feel ready. So we'll breathe in at the top of the plank, exhale, lower down, maybe knees down, then the elbows into cobra. So we're going to lift the chest and then breathing out, tuck the toes, down, facing dog. Good. Take a slow breath in and out here. And we're going to step or jump forward to the front. As you breathe in, lift the hands. Breathing out to forward fold, come down. Good. Into that plank when you're ready. So if you want to make this stronger, try not to drop the knees down. Stay in a strong line as you lower down. Inhale to lift the chest, toes point away. Breathing out, tuck the toes down, facing dog. Good. Full breath in and out here. Then we're going to step or jump forward to the front. As you breathe in, lift the hands. Breathing out to forward fold again. Good. Try and keep breathing through the nose into your plank. So we'll lower down towards the floor. Breathing in to lift the chest. Breathing out, tuck the toes down, facing dog. Good. One more time together. So we're going to step or jump forward again. As you breathe in, hands lift up. Good. Breathing out to forward fold, come down. That's it. Into your plank when you're ready. So nice and strong, we'll lower down towards the floor. Good, lifting the chest. Brilliant, well done. All right, it's going to come on to hands and knees and release through the shoulders here. So left hand is going to draw a big circle, like you're doing backstroke in the swimming pool. Big circle round. And then we're going to thread that arm underneath the other one, so your shoulder and head come to the floor. Okay. So if you want to, right arm, you could tuck that behind your back, so you've got a bit more space in the shoulders as well. Good, and we're going to come to the centre. So we'll take the left arm round in a big circle. Just threading that one underneath, shoulder and head come down. And then maybe the other arm tucks behind you. Keep breathing slowly through the nose. Good, well done. So we're going to come to the middle. So again, we're going to tuck the toes underneath, sit back onto the heels, and then if you're able to, push back into that squat when you're ready. Nice, good. Again, one arm's going to reach to the side. Turn the chest a bit as you lift the other arm up. Then other arm to the side, and the other one is going to reach up. Good, so hands come to the floor. We're going to forward fold, super slow roll up. Good, so when we get to the top this time, just to wake up the feet a bit to help us with the postures and the balancing, see if you can lift your heels off the ground from your tiptoes, and then walking forward, tiny little steps on your tiptoes to the front of the mat. Okay, just to strengthen into the feet and the ankles a bit. Good. Nice, all right, so come to our next little bit. So feet are about hip distance apart. We're gonna inhale, lift the hands, maybe lift the heels again. As you exhale, heels down, deep bend in the knees and reach back behind you. Good. Again, inhale to lift. And then exhale, sitting low. Go to stay sitting low now. Squeeze your shoulder blades and reach the arms forward if you can. Again, even though the arms are reaching forward, pull your shoulders down your back. Lovely. So hands come together behind you. We're going to forward fold. And then back into downward facing dog when you're ready. All right, so from downward facing dog, we're going to breathe in to lift the right leg all the way up. Breathing out knee to nose and shoulders over the wrists. Good, again, lifting the leg. This time right knee to right elbow if you can, try and tap it. Very nice, one more time. So we lift the leg up and then we're going to step the foot forward there between the hands. So coming up into our high lunge here, so from the ball of the back foot. So as you breathe in, we're going to slowly straighten the legs, lift the hands up. And as you breathe out, we're going to bend the knees a bit and draw a big circle with your hands. One more time like that. So inhaling to lift. And then exhale, circling round. Good. So we're going to come up now. Interlace your fingers. Push the palms straight up to the ceiling. And see if you can come into our little balance by now flexing your front foot so you're just on your heel. We're going to keep breathing through the nose. Well done. Then bring the foot down. Bring the back heel down to the floor as well now. So hands going to come together behind you. We're going to inhale to open the chest. And as you breathe out, we're going to bend that front knee, come into a deep forward fold to the inner thigh. Good. When you're down there, start to stretch the front leg. And then when you feel the stretch, slowly roll up. So remember, we're stretching and strengthening at the same time. So breathing in at the top, breathing out, bend the knee, deep forward fold. Again, begin to stretch the leg, and then slowly roll up. Good. So at the top here, we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades. Just start to hinge forward from your hips. That's it, good. So you feel the legs and the back have to work to be here a bit. And if you want to make it stronger, maybe the arms come forward alongside your head. That's it, good. All right, you come into warrior 3 now. So back leg comes straight back behind you. Good, keep breathing through the nose. I'm going to see if we can stay on this one foot as we now come upright. So the hands lift, the back knee comes up to the chest. And then push the foot all the way back behind you again. As we slowly bring the hands to the ground. Take your time. Good. So like we did in that little lunge now, we're going to lift your left arm up so you're opening away from the leg. And then swap over, lift the right arm up, twisting towards your legs. It's quite a challenging bit from here. Good. Hands come to the floor. We take a big step back with the foot. We're going to turn the feet parallel just to the long side of the mat there. Good. All right, so we'll gently start to bend one knee, then the other. So we're easing side to side. Really relaxing the back of the neck. Good. Okay, then from here, we're going to take a little bend in the knees. Hands come onto the hips, coming back halfway up. So really squeeze the shoulder blades and bring the arms up to the sides if you can. Good. So we're going to come all the way up to stand, and then we're going into a high squat. So we turn your feet outwards, take a deep bend in the knees. Good. Try to think about pushing your knees to the long, the short sides of the mat there. So you're really pushing them out. So we're going to inhale now to straighten the legs, hands lift. Exhale, cross the arms over each other, bend the knees and sit really low. Good. Again, inhaling to lift. Exhale to sit low. Good. So hands are going to come onto the thighs now and we'll twist. So right shoulder comes across towards the opposite knee. So you're twisting. And the left shoulder across towards the other knee. Brilliant. One more time to each side. So from there, keep the knees nice and bent. Bring the shoulder across. And then bring the left shoulder across. Good. So from here, hands are going to come down to the front of the mat. We're going to bring the back knee down as well. So as you breathe in, hands come all the way up. Breathing out, big circle back. Then like we did at the beginning, we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades, really open your chest. Interlace the fingers, tuck the chin down, push forward. Good. Hands come together behind you. We're going to roll the shoulders back. Nice. Good. All right. So from here, we're going to bring both hands down to the floor again. Then like we did before, left arm lifts, twisting away from the leg. And then right arm lifts, twisting towards the leg. Okay, one more time like that. Left arm lifts away from the leg. Okay, nice. And now as we lift the right arm, it just face you. As we lift the right arm up now, we're going to bring the hand to the back of the head and go a bit deeper. So walk your front foot out a couple of steps to the side. Okay? And then from there, think about how your rib cage is turning. So elbow pointing to the ceiling. And now bring the elbow down to point towards your thumb that is on the ground. Good. Again, bring the elbow up towards the ceiling. Good. Then point it towards the thumb that is on the floor. Good. One more time. So the elbow is pointing, but your rib cage is doing the movement, yeah? So open up and then towards the ground. Good. So we're going to lift the elbow now, straighten the arms to reach into the ceiling, and maybe lift the back knee if you feel strong today. Good. Hands come to the floor. So we're going to come back into downward facing dog. There's the option to add on a little side plank if you like. So we're going to come forward into our plank. When we're there, turn the heels to one side. Other arm lifts all the way up. Good, nice. Swapping sides. Heels go the other way. So you really use the heels to press and the other arm lifts. Good. Hands come to the floor. So we're going to lower down when you're ready. Bend the elbows. Into cobra. So we lift the chest. Well done, brilliant. All right, so from there, we're going to press back into downward facing dog and do the left side. So breathe in here, left leg all the way up. Breathing out, knee to nose, shoulders over the wrists. And again, lifting the leg, This time, left knee to left elbow if you can. Good. So we'll lift the leg up, and then we'll step the foot between the hands there. So coming up into that high lunge again when you're ready. Good. All right, so we're going to slowly now straighten the legs. Breathe in, lift the arms. Breathing out, bend the knees a bit, and a big circle round. Good. Again, inhale to lift. Exhale, circle round. Good. So we're going to interlace the fingers again. Push the hands straight up. And if you can, really flex your front foot so you're just up on the front heel. Breathing. Good, well done. So now we bring the back heel down to the floor. Hands come together behind your back. So we're going to inhale, roll the shoulders back. And as you breathe out, bend the front knee and come into a deep forward fold to the inner leg. Yeah, when you're down there, start to stretch the legs. So kind of straighten it and then roll up slowly. Okay, so again, inhaling at the top. Exhale, bend the knee, forward fold. Find a stretch in your leg. And then roll up to stand. Good. So at the top again, we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades, leaning forwards. Good. So this upper back, try and keep it totally straight if you can. And then arms maybe reaching forward as well. Good. Come into warrior three. So back leg straight back behind you again. Remember, try and keep your big toe connected to the floor. Oh, say that. That's not easy. And then we're going to slowly, coming upright, knee to chest. Good. And then slowly bring the foot all the way back. And we're going to bring the hands to the ground. So when your hands are on the ground, we're going to lift the right arm up, opening away from the leg. And then left arm lifts, twisting towards the leg there. Good. So big step back. We're going to turn the feet parallel to the long side of the mat again. Good. And then for this time, I'm just going to focus on stretching the legs a bit. So hands going to walk towards your left leg somewhere, holding that leg and gently folding in towards it. Yeah, take a moment to slow down the breathing. Good. And then gently walking the hands towards the other leg and slowly folding in. So try and relax all the muscles around the face as well here. Good. So we'll come to the center. So we're going to take a little bend in the knees. This time roll up to stand. Good. So from here, we're going to turn the feet outwards. Again, deep bend in the knees. I work on stretching and strengthening the sides of your body. So hands come behind the head now. Try and imagine you're doing this leaning against a wall so your back stays straight. We're going to take one elbow over to one knee. So you're strengthening here and stretching here. Good. And then the other elbow over towards the other knee. That's it. Good. One more time to each side. Make sure the top elbow doesn't kind of come forward. Keep it back. Good. And then over towards the other knee. Ooh, nice. All right, so both hands come down to the front of the mat. Bring the back knee down as well. Again, inhale to lift, hands. Exhale, big circle back. Good, then one more time for this. Squeeze the shoulder blades, open your chest, then interlace the fingers, tuck the chin, push forward. Nice, good. All right, so hands are going to come down just inside the front foot again. So, just face you. So we're going to lift the left arm, twisting away. Oh, I've got the wrong foot. We're going to lift the right arm, twist away from the leg. Good, bring the hand down. Left arm lifts towards the leg. Hope this is the right side. Good, again, lifting the right arm away from the leg. Nice, good. And now we lift the left arm. Hand's going to come behind your head. So again, we're working with the elbow. So your foot, step it out a couple of steps wide. And then elbow points to the ceiling. And that elbow points towards the thumb that is on the ground. But it's really your rib cage turn. Elbow to ceiling. Elbow to ground. And then we're going to lift the elbow, straighten the arm if you can, and maybe lift that back knee off the floor. Well done, good. Hands come down, back into downward facing dog. Good. All right, so last little option for those side planks. So we're going to come forward into our plank. As you're there, turn the heels over to one side, so the feet are apart from each other. Other arm lifts. Good, that's it. Heels the other way. And then the other arm is going to lift up. Good. Hands come to the floor. Bend the elbows. We're going to lower down. Start to lift the chest, shoulders back. Good. Well done. All right, then pressing back into child's pose. Slow breath in and out here. Good. Well done. All right, so slowly coming up. So it's going to finish with releasing through the legs a bit more. So if you come into a seated position with the feet quite wide out in front of you. So we're going to turn towards the left leg and take a gentle forward fold down the leg. Slow breaths here through the nose. Good, and slowly coming up. So it's going to focus on stretching the side of your back a bit now. So right hand lifts up, place the hand on the outside edge of that leg, and then just slide it down so you're reaching towards the outside of your ankle. Okay, so the leg will get a stretch, but the main focus here is on stretching the side of your back. Okay, so really use the arm to stretch. Good, then come to the centre, other side, so just a gentle forward fold towards the right leg. Nice slow breath. Good, and then gently coming up, you're going to take the left hand to lift, place the hand on the outside edge of the leg, and slide down, reaching towards the outer ankle. So again, don't worry about the leg stretching now, think about the side of your back. Good, all right, slowly coming up. So we're going to bring the soles of the feet together, just let the knees drop apart, and then finally forward fold gently towards the feet. So as you're breathing here, instead of breathing towards your stomach now, try and aim your breath towards the back, especially any parts within stretching. Good, all right, slowly coming up. So we're going to come down onto your back when you're ready. Gently hug the knees into the chest when you're there, and a little roll from side to side to massage into the back. Good, all right, we'll come into Shavasana. So slide the legs away, come and lie as comfortably as you can. And just the last moment or so here, we're going to focus on slowing that breath down again. So, take your time. When you're ready here, we're going to take a slow breath in. Breathing out. So feel free to stay here with this slow breath for a few more minutes if you want to. Otherwise, if you're ready to, just start to take one big, big breath in now. Hold the breath at the top. And then breathing out to relax. Good. So eventually just very gently starting to move into the space around you again. So you might move the hands and feet or have a big stretch. Then eventually rolling to one side. And we'll keep your eyes closed for a moment as you come on up to sit when you feel ready. Okay, so perhaps allow a little moment before you go into your day to acknowledge any feeling of perhaps being more peaceful, relaxed, or a bit more connected to yourself. And if you do feel that, see if you can bring it with you today. So we're going to rub the palms together, foot the body up. Big breath in, hands all the way above the head. Exhaling to the heart center. Good, namaste.